Star Wars to me it's wonderful, it's beautiful, it's one of my favorite things in the world, but there is a dark side to it that we have to talk about. Actress Kelly Marie Tran, who plays Rose Tico in Star Wars The Last Jedi, she has been a fan of Star Wars for years. She is adorable. She has such a positivity about her. She is a geek. She is lovely. I mean, maybe I didn't love The Last Jedi that much, but I like her.
Sure,
I like
it wasn't
her
her
a lot.
fault. It wasn't her fault. Yeah.
Unfortunately, though, she has been dealing with harassment for months, dealing with her role, not only as Rose, but as a woman, as an Asian American. And recently, she deleted her entire Instagram account just because of all of this harassment. I was following her. She had a lot of great content, like getting dressed for shoots, going to different events, just hanging out with her friends. She had this bubbly excitement about her that was so endearing, and I really enjoyed her account.
Yeah, I really hope that, I know this sentiment is being echoed by a lot of people, but I really hope she reconsiders and puts her Instagram back up and just don't read the comments. That's, as someone who's been doing this a while, don't read the comments. No,
well,
but really
I mean,
though.
No, we have to take a proactive stance on this.
But her whole thing was the fact that she was being brave, she's being public, and she was unabashedly loving these things. And if she takes down her Instagram, then the haters have won. And it will embolden them to do this to the next person, the next person, the next person, which I feel would be unfortunate. Kelly has worked very hard for what she's accomplished. She's earned what she's accomplished. She deserves what she's accomplished. And if she wants to share that with people, I feel like she should. And more importantly, for every person that says something haterish, 500 people think you're wonderful and just maybe don't say anything, but
it's terrible, and it needs to stop. I mean, she also had her her bio on Wikipedia, which is the Star Wars wiki, changed to her name was Ching Chong Wing Tong, and her home was Ching Chong, China. We've also seen Daisy Ridley get harassed as well for doing barely anything. She didn't do anything. No, she did nothing to deserve this.
Right, of course not.
And I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this toxic underbelly deciding that they own a fandom, that they get to be the gatekeepers that keep anyone out. I don't think it should be merit-based at all, but if it is, you're the ones that should be out. You're terrible. You're infecting something that should be wonderful and beautiful for people. I'm gonna get personal for a second here. I'm the host of NerdAlert. I'm the executive producer. I created the show. I pitched the show. But something I will always respect TYT Network for is that they've never made a big deal that I don't match the major demo for this group or what the public-facing side of this group is. Because I deserve to be here based on merit.
Definitely.
And that's it.
Well, again, that's why my show, Ask Your Black Geek Friend, exists, which every single episode, 100% of the time, we got what was called the question, where it was, why isn't there an Ask Your White Geek Friend? Because we were like, well, the premise is
that's a false equivalence.
100% false equivalence, and we were like, well, we're black geeks and we're here talking, but every time we got to the point that the fans were the ones that would answer the question and address it so we don't have to. So the solution to this, I feel, again, is the fans. The fans have to confront those people. And I don't mean like flame wars. I just mean when somebody says something nasty, be like, hey man, what, she loves this just like you do. We all love this. We can all like Star Wars. We can all have our favorite characters. We can all like the literally everything, and there's room at the table for all of us to enjoy that. It doesn't have to be some like nasty boys club.
Like, geekdom has changed.
Yes.
We're in an era where there are a lot of people of a certain generation who are not scared of saying, hey, I love this thing.
Right.
I like to geek out about this thing.
Right.
But we have these people, some people feel very entitled to it and will defend it and feel like it's their place to say, no, this is a white male space.
Well, same thing, we ran into this at the Stream of Many Eyes. There were so many people, because I talked to pretty much everyone behind the scenes, that were literally terrified about going out in front of people and doing, again, this innately ridiculous thing we do of playing dress up and pretending to be elves and orcs and dwarves and singing songs and doing things.
I mean, logically, this should be the most inclusive group.
It should be. Well, but I wrote a whole thing. If you go to my Twitter, @BDaveWalters, right at the top, there's a whole thread I wrote about this exact thing. Because what happens is you have people that enter these spaces as an escape, that they weren't necessarily the popular kids, they weren't necessarily the athletes, they weren't necessarily this or that, and it was their place to hide. And then you have people coming into this space that were the very thing they were trying to avoid. The pretty girls, the popular kids and all that stuff. And the first reaction is, rather than being like, here's something for all of us, yeah, all right, we're all included now, it becomes, no, you can't have my thing. This is my thing.
I think it's weird to assume that people that are different than you are out to get you or are the pretty, popular group.
Yep. Or unworthy
never
in any way.
Pretty popular group. Not that I have to prove it to you.
Right. You're the pretty popular group now. You made it. We done it. But again, that shouldn't be the barrier of it. It is not up to you to police who gets to appreciate something. And again, I've had the experience of I've got to be on the other side of a lot of this, of design choices of very, very major games. And one of the things that we are always saying is once you put something into the world, it's not yours anymore. It's people are gonna take it and they're gonna do what they want with it and they're going to experience it and interact with it however they choose. And so it's not up to you to say to literally anyone, stop, you're not doing that right. You don't get to enjoy that because of who you are or the way you're interacting with it or any of that. I
just think it's insane to think someone is taking from you by existing.
If you got a candle and you light a second candle, you haven't lost anything, now you got 2 candles.
There you go. Audience, let us know your thoughts on Facebook and Twitter, but probably not Instagram.